Hey, it's Winnie. Are you up? I can't sleep, and I need to get this one thing off my mind. Thanks for listening. My husband brought home this bizarre lemon the other day. It's called a Buddha's hand. It's a citrus, but it looks like an octopus. It has fingers, digits. It's like a creature. And the moment I saw it, my whole body rejected it. It did not have the usual citrus lemon reaction for me as a regular lemon would. So there was no anticipation of sour, there was no mouth watering, none of the body reflexes that usually goes with having a lemon in front of you. And the wild part is that it's truly a citrus fruit. It's like a lemon. You can candy it, you can zest it, you can make cocktails with it. But because I don't believe it's a lemon, it just doesn't look like one, I won't touch it. And I know that it will sit on my counter until it rots, and then I'll throw it out. Which got me wondering and got me thinking at this ungodly hour of the night, how many other things in my life have I just let rot because I didn't believe that they were for me? My brain reacts to imagined experiences almost exactly like real ones sometimes. If I think about a normal lemon, my taste buds fire, my mouth water, my jaw tightens, right? No actual lemon needed in front of me. It's just the thought of one. And by extension, whatever I repeat, thoughts, fears, hopes, habits, whatever I repeat in my mind, my brain sort of wires itself around and, belief becomes architecture. And I end up living inside whatever I practice most. I think beliefs are just thoughts and emotions repeated until they feel like the truth. Because imagined experiences fire the same neural pathways as real experience. And following that logic, right, it would be true to say that I could potentially rehearse different futures, different outcomes in my mind, and then have them or have myself react to them as if they were true. So if I pictured the version of me I want to become, I think about her or me and I repeat what I think about her, positively or negatively, my brain will treat it as evidence. If my belief is I'm not ready, I don't deserve this, that world isn't for me, I won't even notice the opportunities meant for me because my brain will quietly discard them before I do. And just very similarly to that Buddha's hand, that creature, lemon, because it had potential. It has potential. I just quickly decided that it wasn't for me, and so it's not, and that's the end of the story. I think the wildest part in thinking about all of this is realizing that thinking the outcome that I want can be practiced as a skill without my body sort of moving or doing anything concrete at all. So when I mentally rehearse something, speaking clearly, standing grounded, walking into a room like I belong, my brain fires the same circuits as if it actually did it. And you know what? I proved this to myself just recently. I had a presentation to deliver, and it was in front of about 250 people, and there was lights and bells and whistles and music, and the audience was there. And I was nervous, right? I actually get quite nervous thinking about public speaking, and so I was nervous, and so I decided to, I needed to ground myself before I actually took the stage. So instead of really obsessing over the slides and the content, I actually rehearsed the effect that I wanted, the outcome that I wanted. And I imagined that the presentation and the event was all over and that everyone was coming up to me and they were like, "Great job, that was fantastic. I loved what you said. You moved me." I really did. I thought about it in that way. I thought that outcome. I thought about how it felt and how proud I was of the great job that I did. And I just walked into that reality into my mind that it was over. I didn't have anything to worry about. So that when I got onto the stage, I wasn't nervous because I was already pretty sure of the outcome. I knew that it was done. This was just the formality. I was just letting the present catch up to this wonderful future. And I gotta tell you, it worked. It absolutely worked. My presentation went fine. I was comfortable on stage. I walked off and everyone said, "Great job." And that just proves to me that what the brain believes, the body will follow too, right? And I think the scary part about that, that's a great story, but I think the scary part about that is that it cuts both ways, right? And so when I think about myself and how I've treated myself and how I've thought about myself over the years, right? I have mentally rehearsed terrible situations and terrible outcomes. I've actively thought about me shrinking or disappearing or appeasing or things not working out, and I've done that on the daily. And so I've gotten quite good at it, and I can see that there have been parts of my life or situations where that actually did come to fruition because I did not believe a future other than that. And so I got what I thought. So what does this all mean, right? I mean, I think the thing that's swirling around my head right now is that belief becomes action and reaction becomes behavior and behavior becomes actual life. And if I believe something isn't for me, I won't touch it and it'll rot. Not because it wasn't mine, but because I didn't believe that it was. Those years I spent appeasing or making myself smaller or being very wishy-washy about what I wanted, actually knowing what I wanted but not claiming it or imagining myself in the reality that I wanted. All of those years, I'm going to just chalk those up to rehearsals. I'm going to say, I was just seeing if it worked, if the science was actually true, if neural pathways are strengthened by repetition. Now we know, right? And I've done it the bad way. And so now I want to try it a different way, right? Yes, I have all the sweat and the scars and all the energy. I know that it works. Now I really want to strive to think through the best outcomes for myself and lean into the challenge of consistency. Can I think the best outcomes, believe the best outcomes for myself with consistency, the same consistency that I believed in the not so great outcomes that there would be future? And I think believing the future I want in everything, believing that while still being knee deep in the messy present is really the challenge, to think of the best case scenario versus the worst. But I guess that's what faith is, right? I guess that's what faith is. And I guess I have to have a little more faith. And yeah, I'm never touching that lemon. Fuck that lemon. I'm never eating that octopus lemon. So, what do you think? Does that make sense, or am I out here alone in this? Tell me.